For the last 3 to 4 years, I've been putting off doing this video. Mainly because I really didn't want to do it because, well, just typing in Cartoon Network, rant, or discussion, there's a cornucopia of responses that come up. And there's probably thousands to possibly millions of videos on this topic right now, which is one of the main reasons I never wanted to touch on this topic. But I've decided that I'm going to actually put my 2 cents in. No, this isn't going to be a rant, surprisingly, because I've already come to terms that the Cartoon Network that most of us grew up with is possibly gone forever. And I've come to terms with this. No, this is going to be a discussion on my current thoughts on Cartoon Network. Some of my opinions may come off as rant-ish, but this is a discussion, and I'm going to try to keep this as how should I put this? Basically as civil as possible. Now, if you all would like to comment your thoughts down below, you're completely welcome to do so as angry or as civil as you would like. Go nuts. Just don't let it turn into a flame war. That's all I ask. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with my thoughts on Cartoon Network. Now, if you were a child growing up in the 90s, Cartoon Network was probably a major hub for your entertainment. And if you were a child in the late to early 2000s, Toonami was where it was at. In fact, it's probably where a lot of us got our kickstart into anime. And over the course of its run so far, Cartoon Network has had many programs go through its network. Some great, some good, some just god-awful. But yet it was still a major source for cartoons. Now fast forward to 2013. Cartoon Network to most of us is a shadow of what it formerly was. And let's face it, most of us probably that grew up during that era probably don't have a very high opinion of Cartoon Network. Some could claim it as just nostalgia fags, just basically ranting and raving about back in my day, cartoons were cartoons. And in some cases, this is probably true. In fact, in 90% of cases, this is actually true. But does Cartoon Network actually suck today? Well, in my opinion, yes, it does. Now, given I am being self-admitting that this could be in part due to nostalgia, but I think a lot of it is due to the fact that a lot of the programming Cartoon Network shows just feels so infantile. Now, of course, a lot of people who probably grew up in the 70s and 80s probably could have said that about Cartoon Network in the 90s. And, well, the fact is, people need to get over the fact that things change. Networks don't exactly always stay the same. People need to understand that networks are like a corporation and a business. This is due to the fact that, well, the bottom line is about making money. A lot of corporate executives aren't going to keep the same shows on for years and years and years and years. Of course, a lot of the shows that we grew up on aren't going to be on today. Well, of course, to the higher ups of Cartoon Network, they're not marketable, meaning they can't make any money off of it. So, of course, new shows have to be produced to go along with what the kids like. Now, is this always a good thing? Well, yes and no. Some shows apparently are doing very well with older fans, such as Adventure Time or Regular Show, unfortunately. And basically, let's face it, if it gets the ratings, it's gonna make money. And if it makes money, that's what's important to the higher ups. Now, like I said, there are certain things we need to come to terms with, such as the fact that, well, most networks are never going to stay the same. Some are going to change their programming or their entire structure drastically, while some are basically just going to do minor changes, or even at the very least, changes that at least keep the same theme of the channel's been doing since its beginning. Now, to be honest, I watch Cartoon Network basically just for, well, Pokemon and Adult Swim. That's about it. And to be honest, Adult Swim is its own network and programming. So the fact is, even though I'm not a big fan of the current Cartoon Network, I'm going to be intellectually honest with myself and say, well, it's what the kids like, so more power to them. The fact is, I don't blame them for wanting to make money, even though we may not agree with a lot of their decisions, as unfortunate and stupid as some of them are. Now, this is what a channel like Boomerang is for. If we want to watch a lot of the classic cartoons, well, that's what Boomerang is for. I understand for some people that just have basic cable that may not be an option, and some people may just not want to spend the extra money to have it. Well, we also have the internet. People that, the thing is, the shows that we grew up with are so accessible to us today with things like Netflix and the internet and even Boomerang. Is this even really a valid complaint to say that they're not on Cartoon Network anymore? And the fact is, would you watch them all the time if they were? That's all I gotta say on the issue. Leave your thoughts down below on what you think, and I hope you enjoyed this discussion video. And like I said, keep the flaming to a minimum. This is Gundam Freak 4, also known as Tanner, and I'll see you guys later.